My spirituality is about nature and love, not demons and evil spirits. In indigenous and African spirituality, there's not even a such thing as a demon or a devil. That is something that, was taught to us after being colonized. It is deeply, honestly, disappointing, that even though we're in the age of Aquarius, where there's tons of access to information around, where people can actually do their research as opposed to just relying on the structures that they have been taught. Clearly, you see the structures that we have been taught don't always have your best interest at heart. It is extremely oppressive in certain ways, but that's another story. So African and indigenous, which when I say indigenous, I'm really talking about Native American spirituality, really is focused on what we would call maybe animism, which is basically understanding that there is a spirit in every element of nature, such as the ocean, earth, fire. There's a deep respect for nature, okay? So that's why crystals and sage and incense, full moon, leaving sunflowers at the oceans to pay homage. That is why that is all a part of our spirituality. Not because anybody's worshiping any evil spirits. That's like literally. And I just, it's important for me to say this because I work at a psych hospital right now. And there are so many people, so many adolescent teenagers especially, who are feeling drawn to the healing properties of crystals and the healing properties of what one would call new age, when it's maybe now that it's resurfacing, some people shifted and changed. But this information is not new age. This is information that was stored in our DNA. Nature has always been here, It's just, as Black people, when you were taken from your native land, you were taught that if you stay connected to anything that had to do with your culture, you were raped, thrown off of the boat, or murdered. You had to adapt a new way of living, a new way of being in order for you to survive. And it was put inside of certain texts that your natural way of being is evil and demonic. But it's not true, and I have to dismantle this patriarchal way of thinking because it's not true. And so many people come to me with so much cognitive dissonance because they're at a war with what they feel naturally drawn to, but they were taught that it's evil, and it's unsettling. Because honestly, as humans, we all deserve to just have peace. We all deserve to have peace, and it sucks that, people in different religions and spiritualities don't have to explain themselves. But as soon as you're outside of the box and you're in tune with nature and you're in tune with the frequencies and the energies of the universe and the cosmos, which is something that is extremely natural to us, literally you have to combat and be like, oh, I'm not worshiping the devil. If you are concerned if someone's worshiping the devil, their spirituality is probably called devil worship, not African spirituality. Why is it that everything that is African and naturally African, why is it painted to be something that's evil and bad? And what sucks is that people who practice the way of life of just paying homage to nature, wearing your crystals because it comes from the earth, and understanding the natural healing properties of that, they're called witches. Why did the terminology witches come about? Why did they call the people the witches? They wanted to oppress. They wanted to oppress the spiritual. They wanted to repress the spiritual power of the women and of the healers, so that they could bring upon other ways of doing things that makes them money and allows the men to be in power. But now the divine feminine is rising up, and I am a part of that. It does not matter if I'm a therapist. That is my job. That is my role in society. I am still a soul, and I am still a person, and I am extremely multifaceted. And a part of my purpose in this life, the energy that I embody, is the divine feminine, and that is the energy of truth. I'm not going to just stay in the light, which is all about fairies and the sun. No, the darkness is about doing that shadow work, and the shadow work is where the truth is, and the truth is how you get to love. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that it is evil. So, I just needed to get that out today, because I'm not going to spend my life explaining myself. My role here is to carry a certain frequency and attract people who embody similar frequencies and need guidance. When I was going through my spiritual awakening, I didn't have a me. You know how challenging it is to be an extremely intuitive person who knows how people are feeling no matter how they present themselves, and then have to be in all of that energy without knowing how to ground, how to protect yourself, without knowing what's going on. It is very challenging. But I went through the hard part so that my clients don't have to, so that they have someone to guide them through. And I'm going to continue to do that, because people deserve a therapist. That people deserve, just like we have different religious therapists in different religions. Let people who practice nature spirituality have a therapist too, without attacking and saying that they're evil. That's just ridiculous at this point. Like, y'all have to do your research. This is the age of Aquarius. Do your research. So I'm gonna say this once and for all. Remember that I am an Aries woman. So, let that, if I'm an Aries woman, and it is what it is, and that's how it's going to be. But I'm going to live in my purpose, and I'm going to serve humanity in the way that God and the Goddess wants me to. And I feel really good about that. And I want to inspire anyone who is confused. If I am resonating with you and you would like to book a session with me, feel free. I would love to assist you. It is literally my purpose on this earth to be here to assist you through your journey. And if it's someone else, I want to recommend that you do that. But something that I want you to do is please do your research and stop attacking people who have different spiritual beliefs than you.
In 2 miles, take the exit to merge onto Sam Houston Tollway South.
So I'm on my way to the boardwalk. So I'm going to use that GPS as a symbol to tell me, okay, your message is out. So guys, I'm sending love. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a blessed day.